We have had a lot of trouble keeping our cows in our paddock. And by that I mean we have had almost no success keeping our cows in our paddock. Our fence is too loose, our wires are too spread apart, our posts are not close enough. So today's the day we're going to try to fix it. We had just put corners with a little wire to hold them tight, and that really wasn't working. So instead, what we're doing is building this two-post system with a rail across the top. And the reason for that is because we can put wire diagonally between the two posts and twist them until they're really, really tight using these like levers. And then this top rail keeps those posts from getting tight together. Now those are just the corners, but that should allow us to stretch the line super tight between two corners and then attach them to the posts. The other mistake we made was we had screwed in through the wires into the posts. You see this? Kind of a bad idea because you can stretch the wire and screw those in, but if anything gets loose, you can't stretch the wire again because it just hangs up on that screw. So instead, we're going to use staples, which we hate, but the staples will allow the wire to pass through and continually be touched up and tightened as time goes by. And the last thing we're going to do is we're going to put some fence stays. A fence stay is just a spirally piece of steel wire, just like the fencing is made out of, except it goes down between two posts to hold the wires together. Because right now, what happens is the cows, they get their nose in here, they lift this one up, they step over that one, and they just push their way through, even though they're huge. And that not only lets them out, but it causes damage to our fence. We're really hoping to frustrate them enough to where they don't go through the fence anymore. As winter is approaching, we do not want to chase them all around this part of the country. So instead, we're taking some time and fixing the fence. Let's get started. Yeah. The last thing we're going to do differently is we're going to put the wire inside the posts. The reason that's important is because there are very few cows fighting to get into our paddock and many fighting to get out. So if we put the wires inside the posts, when they push on the wires, they won't pop out the staples. We're about 4 days into our new fence, and the cows aren't very happy. They have not gotten out, which is a miracle. But there's not a lot of food, not a lot of grass in the paddock. It's supposed to rain all weekend. We have been giving them hay and water, but they're not pumped about their loss of freedom. Thank you for joining us on our journey. We are enjoying the homestead, but it is very hard work. please consider subscribing to the channel and push the little bell so you can be notified when we have new content. And if you're willing, please consider supporting us on Patreon at patreon.com/deeprootsfamily. Thanks, bye for now.